What is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Malachi, Jacob, Reuben, and all these other people in the Bible you didn't know existed. Reuben is in there. Our trivia question today is Bible related. And look, the chat room decided. Okay, goddammit. Shout out to Irie Caveman, Scrambles NBD, Baked Casserole, Spider-Man, Meatball Head, iBook Boy. Appreciate you guys for being here. Kind of a small crowd today, considering we are once again live on time. The time is 3:32, and you guys are watching live on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. It's been an uneventful week, so it'll probably be a short podcast, but it doesn't matter because it's about quality, not quantity. My back's been really hurting. I blame the weather for everything. I don't know if it's actually the weather or maybe my diet or maybe sitting in the chair too much. I've been doing a lot of streaming in the other room where I sit on basically a lawn chair, and I don't know if that's what's hurting my back or what's going on, but I tried to go out and skate. Here's the issue. 2 weeks ago, I did, for fun, I did a no-comply 360, which is not something I'm good at. I make fun of that shit all the time, but that doesn't mean I can do it. So I landed one, fucking around, going slow. So I thought to myself, this would be an easy trick to do. I could make a video out of it, maybe turn it into a joke, and then I'd be good. I went out there and tried it, didn't even come close because my back was so stiff and the ground was fucked. And I'm really easily distracted. So the place where I went to skate is a parking lot where there's never anyone there, unless I'm there. I drive past this parking lot every time I go to the bank, every time I go to the post office, every time I go to get gas or get food or go to the bar. I drive past this parking lot, and I have never in my life ever seen a car, a human, a dog, not even a tumbleweed, not even a piece of trash. Completely empty and perfect until it's my turn to skate. And then on Tuesday, I go in there. If it's not a windy dust storm, there's either going to be a tweaker wandering around or cars honking. And today it was 2 tow trucks. I shit you not. There was some type of issue with the tow truck. The tow truck had its hood open and it had 2 cars on this long flatbed, and there was 2 guys looking at it, walking around it, and the parking lot is maybe half the size of a football field. So they where I wanted to skate, this tow truck's just driving forward, then driving backwards, then driving forwards, then driving backwards, then driving forwards hundreds of times. Why? Other than to fuck up my skateboarding, I don't know why. Also, there used to be this little plot of land next to this parking lot where it was just dirt and rocks. Well, someone must have bought it, they paved it, and now there's a fence around it, and I think it holds semi-trucks. But somewhere in there is also now a little metal workshop. It's a little shed where they do metal work in the middle of nowhere. So when I try to skate now, I got to deal with an angle grinder. Fucking up my skateboarding audio for the camera. I can't focus now. I got some fucking guy staring at me while he's doing his metal work. I got 2 dumbass tow truck drivers driving around. One day there was a dumpster there, and there was just a bum just smashing metal on the dumpster. And it's only when I go, when I'm skating there. I have something to achieve today. How is the universe going to fuck me? And it did. I ended up that session really sore back, re-injured my back. So that was not cool. I've been in a really good mood despite all the different things to complain about. And to be fair, they're not really things worth complaining about, but I tend to complain about everything. So it's kind of surprising that things are going so good, right? I missed trash day. That was annoying. Just little things, right? I ordered a chicken sandwich. It tasted like shit. I paid $22 for it. They gave me some chili cheese fries. that I could have dipped a spoon into it and let the oil run into the spoon and lifted it, and I could have done that 5 times. They gave me a bucket of grease. What is that movie? Is that Chris Tucker? And the karate movie, motherfucker. What is it called? He gave me a big box of grease, and then he asked for camel hump. Whatever. You guys know the movie. So that was disappointing. $22 for that. Pretty ridiculous. Yes, rush hour. Thank you, guys. I wish there was less delay in the chat because I feel like you guys are answering quickly, but I sit here and I try to keep the topic going as long as I can to maybe get an answer in time. It was rush hour. I also always feel like I'm using the wrong actors' names. Jackie Chan. Which one of y'all kicked me? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. The chicken sandwich was not shit, man. Oh yeah, last week we told a joke about this girl I met named Ty. Well, update to that story. They have not responded to any of my text messages. I only sent one, but that joke was a great joke to be so quickly forgotten. So that's gone forever. And then the chicken sandwich thing, I invited a chick over. I've been striking out with the ladies this week, man. Not working out for me. But again, another thing just going wrong in the week, and for some reason I'm still in a good mood, which this whole week has had me like wondering what it is that decides for you to be in a good mood. Because you would think like, oh, good things happening. Oh, I got paid extra this week. Oh, then you're obviously going to be in a good mood. But for me, it's like, I don't know what it is. Mercury's in fucking retrograde, and I'm an asparagus or something. Because even when things are going good, sometimes I'll be in a fucking bad mood. Sometimes things are going bad, I'll be in a good mood. I kind of wish that if I could figure out what it was, like not just a good mood as in like happiness, also a good mood as in like motivated to do shit. You know, I'll go 2 weeks and I feel like I don't even want to do the dishes or like do laundry, and I just sit there and just let piles of clothes pile up. I get mail and I don't open it. I just set it on the table and it piles up, and it's just mail. Some of it's bills and you just forget. If we could figure out what it is that would just to keep me motivated, then that'd be great. As far as staying motivated on YouTube, people are still mad about the T-Funk thing. Listen, I stopped making the videos 2-3 weeks ago. I'm still getting comments. And sometimes, like, I have a bad memory. I forget a lot of things from skateboarding, but I forget a lot of things about my YouTube. And I'm getting these weird flashbacks of when I used to get a lot of views. I think I was annoying more people, right? I was ruffling more people's feathers with the sarcastic videos and the shit talking. And my humor always went really negative, and I would always downplay like super experienced pros. And I would say that they sucked. For example, I used to say Nigel was terrible, and people would get mad. And we've come full circle with the T-Funk thing. I just didn't know people were that passionate. And also, you know what it is that really pisses people off, and this also works for me. If you say something that's completely wrong about me, I can just like brush it off, right? If you call me racist, I can just be like, well, that guy's fucking stupid. They have no idea what they're talking about. But if you say something about me that I'm already a little bit, self-conscious about, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but if you do that, if you get kind of close to something that would really hurt my feelings, then it's like, that's how you get a response out of someone. So if I went out there and I just said T-Funk's the worst skater on earth, nobody would care. But if I pause the video during a blatantly obvious knee bend and say, this is fake style, his knee bending like this is fake, that really hits people in the feels because they want me to be wrong, but I'm not. So I think that's the perfect recipe right now for getting views, right? I don't want to be the internet troll, but at this point, learning a new trick every week for 3 years in a row has made people not give a fuck about my skateboarding channel. And that's all to add on top of the shadow band thing. But trying to be motivating, it's not working. No one cares. Like talking shit about some guy's leg, massive response. And that's the point. The point is to get a response. It doesn't have to be a positive one. So I guess the topic title right there was just that people still care. You guys remember that Key and Peele where he's just like, pussy on the chain wax. And the guy's like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, it's like a popular slang. This guy's like, that's not popular slang. You made it up. There's no such thing as pussy on the chain wax. And then at some part, he's like, why do you care so much about me? That's what I feel like with this T-Funk shit. Why do you care so much about this YouTube video? But I know why. It's because I almost hit the truth. Speaking of being truthful, I will truthfully give away a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack if you can answer this question about the Bible and you live in America, because I only mail these to people in America. By the way, whoever won last week, I forgot who it is, so you need to get your information to me. I have no idea who it was. Sometimes I screenshot the DM, but also here's where I fuck up. Somebody gets the question right, and I say, DM me. And then I get a DM on MySpace. And I go, oh, that's social media that I don't really use that much. Or sometimes it'll be on Facebook. Sometimes it'll be on Facebook fan page. Sometimes it'll go to my spam folder. Sometimes Instagram. Sometimes Twitter. Sometimes they send it on here. Right here on Twitch. And it just comes on all different ways. And I should figure out I should just be more specific anyways. If you can answer this question first, you are the winner. The Old Testament in the Bible was written in what year? No, I'm joking. Was written in which language? What language was the Old Testament written in? Oh, yeah, and then Discord. I get him on Discord. Krept says Hebrew. The answer is Hebrew. Krept, you are the winner. iBookBoy says Aramaic. I don't know what that is. See, Aramaic sounds like it'd be right. Is that another word for Hebrew? I don't know. Shalom. Or, what do they say in that party rock song? Lahaim. What does that mean? I don't know. We're breaking glasses. We're dancing around. We all got beards. I remember one day I went to this fool Arie's house in L.A. Somewhere in California. I don't know if I was in L.A. This entire neighborhood was nothing but Jewish people. And every single Sunday, every Jew would come out of their house. They'd come out of their house and just walk around and just Jew it up. They just talk to each other, hang out with each other. They all had the hat on, and a lot of them had long beards. And they would just come out every Sunday. The whole neighborhood, there was people on the lawn. It looked like a giant bake sale or a big swap meet. And the people just hanging out, talking, chatting it up, talking about the world. I don't know what they're talking about. All I know is I had no fucking where to park in California. I don't know why they never considered that the fastest growing city in the world might need places to park. But that's why I feel like I would hate New York. Number one, New York people just seem like trash, like human trash. I don't want to, like, I say that I am being mean. But I'm saying it as a realist. Like, you gotta know. Like, when you go in New York and you look to your right and you look to your left, you gotta, like, just see, like, ugh. You look down, the road's all fucked up. You can't drive nowhere. People are honking. This guy says, I'm walking here. Everyone's saying, oh, yo, son, what's up, son? And you're just like, oh, God, this is terrible. That's what I imagine it would be like. The roads are terrible. You look at the quality of skateboarding out of there, dude. It's nothing but people skating curbs and bullshit, wearing dress code. I just found out the other day, Supreme has been around since the 90s. I thought Supreme was some brand new shit that some weird, like, swag nerds made up. Guess it's been around forever. It seems terrible. Just seems like a terrible place. Las Vegas, not terrible at all. You know where else sounds terrible? San Francisco. It just seems like whenever I hear a news article out of San Francisco, it's like, oh yeah, like man smokes meth, then rolls around in his own shit while onlookers do the exact same thing. Turns out the entire street is covered in human shit and bums rolling around, high on heroin and meth. And you go, oh, San Francisco. Cool, man. Wow, that sounds like an interesting place to be. We looked at it one day. There was a map of human shit that you can get on your phone, an app with a map. And whenever you see a human shit, you can take a picture of it. And then it turns out when you zoom out, it's millions of shits everywhere. And I'm not saying like, I'm not blaming the people that are doing the shitting. I'm just saying, not like I would look at, there's certain cities in America that we can look at, I feel like, from a distance and go, oh yeah, that was a failure. And then there's other cities we can look at and go like, oh, that one turned out okay. Like, oh, that one turned out a complete failure. That one turned out okay. Like for me, if you gotta walk with your head straight down so you don't step in human shit, I feel like there might have been a couple of mistakes made along the way as far as like preparing society to live with each other. Same with all these crazy things that I see on the subway. Every time I see a video of the subway, it's never an uplifting video. It's always something really fucking weird. And again, there's nothing in place to help these people other than just get them more high on drugs, give them a drug safe space so they can do more drugs and shit more. You know what they should do? They should just get whatever the sauce they put on Chipotle is and hand that out for free. That way we could really like amplify the shit everywhere. Oh, and then the graffiti everywhere. Graffiti's everywhere, shit, trash everywhere, rats, bugs, just people not taking care of themselves or each other, crime. Oh, there's a lot of there's a lot of failures in this country. Las Vegas, not so bad. Not so bad. Traffic's okay. The people are a little rough around the edges. Self-sustaining, right? We get these gamblers. I don't know, whatever. I had my first Mexican hot dog this week because I live in Mexico. What is a Mexican hot dog, you ask? Also called a Sonoran hot dog. It is a bacon-wrapped hot dog, right? Regular-ass bun. Sometimes they have a fancy bun. Sometimes they have beans on them. Mine did not have beans, but it had onions, it had tomatoes, salsa, crema, like sour cream, all over it. Oh yeah, fantastic. Only $4. Now, Joe Biden he would love to fuck the price of hot dogs, but the Mexicans, they don't abide by his laws. They set their own hot dog prices. For $4, I got a hot dog loaded to the brim with just shit on it. Only thing I didn't like was they put ketchup on it. I'm not a big fan of ketchup in any form. The other day, it was payday and I went grocery shopping. Oh, terrible idea. I got so much Twisted Tea and Mountain Dew. I got the Mountain Dew alcohol, like alcoholic Mountain Dew. So I'm over here just rednecking it up with my Mountain Dew and my Twisted Teas, pounding them all day. And then I got gochujang because I ended up in the Asian aisle and I was like, oh, gochujang, gochujang. I'm like, oh, I always see this on these Asian recipes. I should get it. And then I got it. Oh, it's ketchup. They fucked me. They took ketchup, they called it gochujang, and now it's gross. I don't want it. I got to give it away to a friend. I don't want that shit in my house. I don't support ketchup. Sugary ass bullshit food. It's got to be the worst condiment ever made. But the Mexican hot dog was great. I wanted to share with you guys, next topic. I wanted to share with you guys a thought that I had from smoking weed. And it's really interesting, these thoughts that appear in my mind that would have never crossed my mind. So I was thinking about some Disney Channel movie where at the end of the night, like the person turns into a pumpkin or something like that. Isn't there some fucking story where someone turns into a pumpkin? Well, I was smoking the fucking weed and I got to thinking about what if a pumpkin turned into a human but hated it? This should be a movie. This is $1 million movie. A pumpkin gets turned into a human, but he hates it. He much preferred his simple life as a pumpkin. And then he goes around trying to navigate this spell to go back to his life that he loved. He was always in nature. He was getting water daily. Now he has to get a job and deal with crime. Imagine he lives in San Francisco. Oh, and he just wants to go back to his pumpkin farm and be left the fuck alone. So it's really like a horror movie. It's a movie of this poor, innocent pumpkin who is now the victim of like witchcraft. Something like that. And then, oh, what if they switched places? And then what if he took someone else's body and the guy who turned into a pumpkin never wants to go back? Oh, what if that's it? He never wants to go back. So then they have to trick each other. It's like 13 going on 30 or whatever. Or the one person's like, no, I love being an adult. And I'm like, you hate being a kid? Good, fuck you. I'm not changing back. I'm not saying the magic fucking spell. I feel like it'd be something like that. Freaky Friday in the garden. Yeah, we'd call it something pumpkin. Switching pumpkins. No. What would we call it? Pumpkin. It's a work in progress. We'll come up with something. Something about pumpkins. Obviously, since that's the star. It'd be starring Rob Schneider. I think that'd be awesome. Rob Schneider is a pumpkin. Oh man. So that's what goes on in my mind. I smoked this weed called Grape Ape, and all I could think about was people turning into pumpkins. So clearly the weed is it's something that affects me in a very deep way. What else has been going on? We've been watching a lot of videos of surfing, like big wave surfing, and it looks absolutely terrifying. And if anyone knows surfer people, send them into tell them to follow my Twitch, because I have so many questions, right? Why are the boards breaking? Why are people flying off the wave into the dirt? Why don't they ever turn and like, it just looks like everything keeps going bad. Everything that they're doing on these surfboards looks like they're fucking up. And also, how do they survive? When that wave comes down, you have to just be underwater for 2 minutes? How can you do that? I don't know. Oh, I watched these guys eating shit. Dude, they were eating shit. Also, they have all these drones filming. Why doesn't the drone footage look as good as it should? I don't know. Someone's blowing it out there. I watched this guy surf like a fucking 50-foot wave, and I was like, whoa, you're gonna die. It looks deadly. And then I was watching some shit just off of, where was it? Like Newport Beach has some shit called the Wedge. We watched a whole video of just the Wedge. It's this wave. It only gets to be about 8 or 10 feet, but it's like a super violent ass wave that's unpredictable. Sometimes it goes left, sometimes it goes right, sometimes it just fucks everybody nearby. You never know what's gonna happen. And I watched this wave literally throw a human being from the beach, like from the water onto the beach. Like he started off in water, thud, slams on some sand. What? You made a mistake. You shouldn't have took that wave. Like these guys must be really tough or just get fucked up. I watched a guy fall from 30 feet, land on his boogie board, on his belly, boom, like a car accident. And everyone on the coast, on the shoreline was like laughing, like, oh, he got fucked up. I'm like, he might be dead. He broke 7 ribs right now. No one's gonna go swim and save him. He's gonna die. It's a violent sport. I want to go look at it. As far as doing the surfing, also, I just found out last night, I always wondered, no one ever explained this to me. When they're out there surfing, they wait in line. I always thought it was like a giant crowd of people, and whoever like can get on the wave, it's theirs. Whoever gets on it, gets on it. Apparently, anyone can get on any wave, but you're not supposed to, or else you'll get beat up by the locals. Locals only, brah. And I never knew. So now that I'm watching these surfing videos, now that I'm looking at like who's in line. Like, oh, is the first guy going? Pretty interesting. I don't know shit about any of this, right? I've been in the ocean like twice, and I didn't even like do anything. I just went in there, like got my feet wet and ran away. I got wet. Oh. So I want to do it one day, but I don't want to get fucked up like those guys were. So maybe one day one of you guys can help me go surfing. I watched a video today on Reddit. I feel like I watch these videos every single day of a student fighting a teacher. And these teachers, they just have to deal with probably the worst shit ever. And they probably don't get paid that well. And I feel like we talk a lot about like mental health, like, oh, like people just go off the rails one day and then go do a mass shooting. Like, you know, a 45-year-old man just loses it one day and goes crazy. I feel like that happens a lot more often with 15-year-olds. They just lose their fucking mind and start fighting teachers. And I just know that when I was younger, I was terrified of fucking up in school because I would get beat at home. So there was like the checks and balances. It was like, if I get in trouble at school, it's going to become physical when I get home. And I'm not saying that everyone has to be like that, but there was something to not look forward to. Versus now, I think that maybe the students just don't care about getting suspended. They don't care about getting expelled. They don't care about any of that. And I don't know why that is. I also think that maybe in the 90s and 2000s, I think there was a big emphasis on like, you got to do good in school or else you won't get a job. And now I think that was a huge fucking lie. But now I also feel like it's just like, no matter how you do in school, you might still get a job. So don't even bother trying too hard. And that's a dangerous direction to go. But it seems like every day I watch a video and no one's helping. Like it would be one thing if one of the students ran up and was like, don't do this, man. Like, don't do this. No one helps. All of the students pull out their cameras and start laughing and cheering it on. Beat their ass, beat their ass. And there's no voice of reason. You know, there's the teacher trying to be the voice of reason saying like, hey, go to the office. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Get out of my class. And then it's like, I'm not going to get out of your class. What are you going to do about it? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, what can they do about it? If you put your hands on them, you're going to get fired for touching a student or assault or something like that. And you see a lot of these teachers, they eventually get fed up. You know, I say the same thing. I don't want you guys to take me out of context here, okay? But I've seen this situation play out in bars and even at the skate park and on Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas with tourists, where it's like a husband and a wife or just a man and a girlfriend, and the girlfriend is too drunk and she just starts saying, fuck you, spitting, starts punching the man. And the man, like nine times out of 10, I've seen the man just has to be like, fuck, dude, like, dude, chill. Stop hitting me. Listen, we're going back to Portland tomorrow, okay? Chill. We don't need to do all this today. We're going to go to jail. No one wants to go to jail. But eventually, if you get hit enough times, eventually you're going to say, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, God damn it. I'll fucking kill you. Stop fucking hitting me. I'm bleeding. And then it becomes like, hey, whoa, bro. Hey, tough guy. Hey, tough guy. You think you're tough? You think you're tough beating a woman? Hey, tough guy. Why don't you come over here and say that to me? And it's like, no. I wish my wife would just go over there and fuck with you. Like, just go bother him. Go bother them. It just seems like terrible. And that's the vibe I get from these teachers. Where it's just like, I'm getting... These students, they all have fucking F's. They're all dumb. No one can spell. They don't know the difference from your, and they don't know the difference from there, and there. They're all stupid as fuck. Nobody knows 5 times 2. And now this dumb fuck wants to fight me. God damn it. That's it. I can see the frustration. I can see the frustration, and it's one of those other things in society where I can sit here and laugh about it and joke about it, but man, what's the solution? To treat it like jail? Just have the teacher in a bars, or have the students in bars? If you try to approach the teacher, you know what I think? Tasers. Never mind. Maybe not. Something has to be done. I don't know. It just seems terrible. Speaking of surfing, by the way, I forgot. We're going to go back to the surfing topic. Enough about those teachers in school. This is actually the last topic of the day. How incredible would it be? I don't think about this very often, but today we have the internet. We have cell phones. We have TVs. And even 10 years ago, we had TVs and news programs and books and things like that. But imagine 200 years ago. Just go back 200 years, right? To where your great-great-great-grandpa was, I don't know, probably some racist shit was going on in the world. But just imagine having never seen the ocean, right? You're from middle America. You're from the dead middle of America. If you're from the bayou somewhere, and you take a trip to California for who knows what the fuck reason, and you've never seen the ocean outside of a map, you've never seen a wave, and you see the ocean, you go, wow, the ocean looks crazy how big it is. Look at those things that are like coming over. What are those called? Oh, those are waves. Damn, dude, big, powerful waves. Waves look crazy. And then you like, you rub your eyes, and then you focus, and you go, holy shit, there's a guy out there fucking flying on it. Like there's a guy out there levitating on the fucking water. What are they doing on the West Coast, man? God, we need to go back to Kansas. We got aliens out here. If you saw a surfer having no idea what it was, you would be mind blown. And I think that's something that probably happened. There's probably people that experienced that at some point in the world, right? Like in America or anywhere, right? There's waves exist everywhere. You just be up there and you just be like, I didn't know this was possible. Like, first off, I barely have ever seen a wave. Now I see a human being floating across the waves and living and being alive. I think, I don't know. I think that's a cool idea. It's an idea of so much amazement that we, right now in our society, we can never feel that amazement. Like, I can't think of anything. Like, maybe you could go skydiving and you'd be like, oh, wow, like I would never be able to experience this. But still, you know what it is. You've seen it on TV. You have a friend that's done it. You know, we've all seen surfing on TV. We've all seen people flying into space. We've seen world records. We've seen craziest skateboarding tricks. Like, there's nothing left. There's nothing left to blow your fucking mind completely off. I mean, unless you take drugs. You take drugs, you can fuck around and look at a curtain. You can look at a marble table and go, holy shit! Did you know tables can walk and they have secret lives? Other than that, I feel like there's nothing left for us. So, that's the end of the podcast, guys. Really morbid ending. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah in the chat so I can shout out everyone who stayed here. We only got, about 35 minutes done in this podcast. Pretty good. Pretty entertaining. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can send money. Okay, my friend Tinky sent $50 yesterday, so that's beers on me, goddammit. You guys can send money, but some of you don't have any money. What are you going to do then? Don't worry, you can still support. Tell a friend about the podcast. We do this podcast right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every single Friday. And if you missed it, the repeat comes out on Sunday on iTunes, on Podbean, on Spotify, on YouTube. Shout out to Grog, Scrambles, Infamy, Crept, Spider-Man, Baked Casserole, Sister Pup, iBook Boy, Caveman, Meatball Head, WNS Stems LV. I appreciate all you guys. And we got some good resubscribes today. Baron Canuck did a gift sub. Lunar Jump had a big raid. Don't go anywhere because we're not going to stop streaming. But this is the end of the podcast. And again, if you missed it, you can watch it again another time. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Look, Ty's not responding. The bitch flaked on me with the chicken sandwich. So you know what? Tell some bitches. Tell some ladies about the stream, goddammit. All right. I'll catch most of you guys in the post show. But for the rest of you watching on YouTube, come watch us on Twitch. It's more fun. And thank you to Crept for the $3. The rest of you guys, you should be ashamed of yourselves. As I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. Just want my simple life back when I was a pumpkin.